Hello everyone and welcome to Baby Reviews. Growing a bit of facial hair, it's horrible I know, but deal with it, bear with me, there'll be fun things to happen with it soon. I just picked this bottle up and I couldn't believe I actually found it. Bottle Dog in London Tan. I know I've tried loads of Evil Twin recently, it's like an Evil Twin overload. But I always wanted to try Molotov cocktail and I just missed it on keg in America and I was gutted, absolutely gutted I couldn't try it. So I thought I'd pick a bottle up when I was in Bottle Dog and bring it home. As you can see here, it is a 13% IPA. I guess if you're going to call it anything, it's a triple IPA, one of those styles. I've had a couple in the triple IPA kind of category. But this is another one. This is one I've kind of wanted to have because I do like Evil Twin beers. There is a ton, absolute ton of sediment in this bottle. I can see it, just like big chunks of yeast floating around. So me waving around like this isn't helping at all. But hey ho, did you like before, during, and maybe after Christmas? Oh, sorry, did you like before, during, and after Christmas? Maybe you thought, okay, that's just really weird. It doesn't make much sense. Anyway, essentially what they say on the side of it is this is a stupendously hoppy, stupendously alcoholic beer designed to be like a Molotov cocktail and blow your palate out. Challenge accepted. Cool. Oh, actually, they've got really cool bottle as well. Got a Molotov cocktail with a little logo on it as well. Cool, so let's crack on open. 13%. Every triple IPA I have has got those hops are just fighting against malt, against caramel, against all the super sweet sugars that they've had to put into this beer to make it 13%, and also against the alcoholic booze that you get at 13%. There's a lot of alcoholic sweetness there. So to get the balance right, a triple IPA, I think, let alone an imperial, double IPA, or a single IPA for that matter, triple, there's a hell of a lot that's in there that's going to combat the stupid amount of hops you put into the beer, because there must be something ridiculous to make it remotely hoppy. Like I said, bottle condition as well, so I'm not surprised that we've got. It's actually almost bordering a ruby red from where I'm sat. It's more of a deeper apricot, kind of coming on slightly red. Oh yeah, there's loads of yeast in this beer. It's cloudy as anything, but that's absolutely fine. There is a little bit of head actually, which is weird. It's sticking around for the ride. 13%. I'll bet it'll die off soon. And my word, there are some alcohol legs going on there. There are some huge alcohol legs. Not surprised once again. Pretty much what I expected to come out of the bottle. I can smell an aroma, and I've not put my nose over the glass yet. So let's go in and get a bit of aroma on this beer. Interesting. I smell gooseberries. I really smell gooseberries and lychees, actually. Yeah, those kind of, they're very similar. I guess gooseberries are they're much tartar, but kind of very stone fruit, slightly tropical aroma. There's definitely booze in there, and there's definitely some caramel. You can probably tell I'm pretty much snorting the beer to get an aroma off it. It smells like kind of sat back here, but it doesn't get any more intense. There isn't a humongous amount of hop aroma on it. I hope it's relatively fresh. Again, that's the sort of thing. This beer will just live and die on freshness, I think. And it's an import into England, bottled on 12th of the 2nd, 14. So, we're heading up to 6 months old. We are heading up to 6 months old. Pity that. It might have had more of a pungent aroma, and I wish I'd tried it on keg in America. Hey ho. Alright, yep, fine. So, we know what it looks like. We know that the aroma is not as pungent as it could be, but it is a little bit old. Forgive it for its sins. Forgive me for my sins as well. Cheers everyone. Let's give it a try. Okay, right. Isn't as fresh and isn't as pungent as I might hope it could be, but let's go back in again and give it another taste. So, at the beginning, I'm getting a lot of like stone fruity flavours, the sort of thing I'm more akin to getting in like a Belgian triple or something, getting more of this kind of plummy stone fruit, very rich, deep caramelly dates, that sort of thing, that sort of toffee note. It then throws up and gets a bit more like cherry-like. Yeah, it gets a bit more cherry-like, a little bit sweeter. I get a tiny little bit of citrus and a bit of that tropical fruit notes. talking about. And then the flavour just hits a wall and it just collapses. You kind of face plants against the wall and goes disappears into just a small level of bitterness. Nothing too extreme. There's definitely some alcoholic kind of burn on the nose, but not particularly on the palate. Tiny little dribble of it in the chest as well, but nothing too much. You can probably tell I'm trying to sip it gently because it is 13%. But I think I could just neck this like it, well, neck is a relative term, but neck it like it was a double IPA. I think I could drink this a lot faster than I would actually want to. I mean, just thinking back to when I was with Matt and we did our little series of different beers like the Imperial Stouts and the barley wines and stuff, this just lacks as much body as them. There's much less body. There's much less hop presence. And it doesn't sustain in the mouth anywhere near as much. If this is a triple IPA, this is a super hoppy, mega alcoholic beverage. 6 months old, so the hop aroma and flavour has probably been lost, and that's a crying shame. But if I was to take it on its merits as more of a barley wine, which is what essentially it would turn itself into, it lacks in that too. It lacks body. It lacks the continuation of flavours. It just abruptly ends. It's very quick flavour profile. Yeah, sweet. Bit of stone fruit, bit of cherry, gone. Bit of hot bitterness, but nothing too extreme. But then again, the sweetness will counterbalance it. So overall, I'm madly disappointed with myself because I did pick it up a little bit old. And top tip number one, man, if you're going to want to try this beer, either the aroma's gone, the flavour from the hops is just dissipating by the second. Buy it fresh, buy it very fresh. It's just there's no point picking it up now because it's turned into a barley wine. It's not designed to be that, and it's not a very good barley wine at that. I'm really sorry. I wish I could be slightly more positive about it, but got it when it wasn't at its best. Definitely isn't at its best. I'm sure it isn't. Couldn't recommend it at this age. Could not recommend it at this age. So, in terms of rating, I don't think I should because I've not had it fresh, and it's just unfair on the beer. If you see it on keg somewhere, it's probably more likely to be of better quality. Or if you pick a bottle up, do check the date on it. Because it would be a shame to pick up an old bottle and to get it back and be like, where's me hops? Where is me hops? Very sweet. Lots of kind of stone fruit and cherry flavours, and then there's a little bit of something. You could portray it as kind of tropical fruit notes, but it just isn't that hoppy punch you're expecting, or I'm expecting. And it abruptly ends, and there's a little bit of like bitterness towards the back end of it. The body is medium, but it's not thick enough. It just needs some like it's 13%, but it just drinks too it's too watery. Yeah, shame, real shame. Don't really want to rate it, but if I was going to rate it in its current form, it ain't a triple IPA. It's doing a bad job as a barley wine. Yeah, I'd still drink it. 6 out of 10. It's all right. It's totally all right. But yeah, it's a disappointment. I reckon fresh it'd be some of those flavours elevated, those tropical fruit notes, that lychee pumping through a little bit more would just hopefully counterbalance the sweetness. It just still feels like it's lacking bitterness though, like there wasn't anything there to begin with, or enough there to begin with. Muddly mess, I'm afraid. Muddly mess. 6 months, it might just have held out. I would have hoped so, but it hasn't, I'm afraid. So there you go. Bye fresh. Bye fresh. Like, favourite, comment, and subscribe. Please tell me what you think. I'd love to hear if anyone's had a fresher bottle of this, because I reckon it's completely different. Just, go, Jack, why the hell did you buy a 6-month-old bottle of beer? Slap. Buy one that's, a month-old at max. Slap. Drink that, you'll like it. Please do. I'd love to hear what you think. So, like, favourite, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, cheers, everybody.